Israel's place in the global sporting community is becoming more precarious with each passing week. Despite the official nod from international governing bodies to compete, Israel is being cold-shouldered on the ground. The latest episode comes from Italy, where Israel's tech cycling team has been snubbed and denied participation in a marquee event. Is Europe using sport to corner Israel? The Israel-Gaza conflict hasn't just redrawn geopolitical battle lines, but it's also had repercussions in the world of sports. The tension was seen recently on the biggest diplomatic stage of all, the United Nations General Assembly. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu walked in to deliver his speech, only to be greeted by a wave of delegates storming out in protest even before he could start.
Please. Order in the hall. Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall.
That same sentiment of dissidence, of anger, frustration and boycott is now being mirrored across sporting arenas everywhere, across Europe. Voices are growing only louder, demanding Israel's expulsion. Football's governing body UEFA is under sustained pressure to impose a ban on Israeli clubs and players. And even as UEFA deliberates, Italy has already taken a stand, though in a different sport. Israel's premier tech cycling team denied entry into next month's Giro dell'Emilia in Bologna, and the official reason being stated: security concerns. Just weeks ago, protests erupted at the Vuelta a Espana, one of cycling's biggest events. Pro-Palestinian groups targeted riders, disrupted stages, and left organizers firefighting mayhem on the tracks. Clearly, Israel's athletes are becoming a flashpoint, but this decision by Italy raises a very uncomfortable question. Does a host nation have the authority to overrule the sport's governing body itself? Because in cycling's case, the UCI has made its position crystal clear.
We are not a tool for sanctions. We are a tool in the service of an ideal of bringing people together. Peace does not come through exclusion. So yes, Israeli athletes are welcome, just as Palestinian athletes are welcome. That is truly the power of the Olympic movement.
That is the official line. Israel is welcome, but Italy's decision stands in stark contrast. And when national organizers start overruling international bodies, sport risks becoming hostage to political protests and demands. Now let's be clear, security concerns in sporting events, it's nothing new. Earlier this year, Canada hosted Israel behind closed doors at the Davis Cup tennis tournament because of security risks. Last year, Maccabi Tel Aviv's Europa League clash against Turkish giants Besiktas was played behind closed doors, again due to volatile protests. In both cases, authorities took extra measures, tightened security, kept the contests alive, and ensured athletes could still compete. But Italy, it chose the other option, removal. And that decision sets a dangerous precedent. If Italy can unilaterally exclude Israel, what's stopping other countries from doing the same? You already see protests happening across multiple disciplines, whether it's football, tennis, basketball, of course now cycling. Cycling is admittedly harder. It takes place on open roads across cities where controlling fan protests can be a logistical nightmare. But alternatives exist. Rerouting stages, deploying barricades, even moving parts of the event to areas that has restricted access. But now that Italy has done it, others will only be emboldened. The danger here isn't just Israel's isolation, it's the idea that violent protests can dictate terms, can dictate who gets to compete and who doesn't. It undermines the authority of governing bodies like the UCI, FIFA, UEFA, or even the IOC. It erodes the very principle of sport that competition should unite, not divide. And that brings us to the bigger picture. This isn't just about a cycling race in Bologna. This is about whether sport remains on neutral ground or whether it has become an extension of all political conflicts. Europe appears to be closing ranks against Israel, but international federations, from cycling to football to the Olympics, are still holding the line that exclusion is not really the solution. And stuck in the middle of all of this are, of course, the athletes. Athletes who train hard, who have made sacrifices, who have big dreams. Not to be used as political pawns, but to compete, to win. What happens in Bologna may not stay in Bologna. It could define how nations deal with Israel on every playing field henceforth.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka kaiju.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.